always start with is a Maxim from Chateau Heartiste. And today is number 57. Beta males make guard, alpha males disregard, from Chateau Heartiste. What Chateau or what Royce was trying to convey here, and sometimes he would use a picture, and it was a picture of an Oriental couple on a train, but like she was asleep, and he had his like hand like firmly like right on her leg, like he was holding her like property. And you can see it. I mean, there's a certain sense of this is my property, mate guarding in this sense. And that's what he used as an example. And it's funny because it might look different under different circumstances. But the point is that beta males approach women, and it's very foundational, in scarcity. Whereas alpha males, instead of becoming jealous, and this is all general philosophy here, instead of becoming jealous, knows that there's other girls that he can always reach out to. So you'll see that beta males tend to, or guys that are on a weak foot or in scarcity, will tend to be more guarding of their girlfriend, their wife, that as in if she gets away, if she's talking to some other guy at a party, which is a perfect example here. You've got two different guys, two different girls. Same girl is talking to a guy, a third party at a party. A beta male will tend to like intervene. He'll interject himself. He'll walk up and start entering the conversation and make guard. Whereas an alpha male will most likely not notice because they're entertaining some girl of their own, or they accept it, or they are confident enough in his own abilities that she's not going anywhere. So they tend to disregard any attempts to make them jealous. It doesn't mean that's possible. And they also, they're not laissez-faire about it. But again, their reaction to it tends to be a more relaxed, that in this girl goes away, that's okay. There's another bus coming every 10 minutes. So they tend to disregard it. It's not they disregard bad behavior. That's what I really want to convey, because some of this can get confused. It's that they disregard the situation in the moment. And they're also confident that generally girls are, if you date an attractive woman, she's going to get hit on a lot. She's going to get a hit on a lot when you're not around, when you're standing there, when you're in transition. It doesn't really matter. So that's one thing that you kind of have to accept, is if you date beautiful women or attractive women or women that, the room stops when she walks in, other men are going to talk to her. And I think guys that are not too sure of themselves, or don't have a lot of experience, or have had some bad experiences, tend to be more reactive, as opposed to over time, where they have more confidence that their situation doesn't change with the girl. And of course, it depends on the girl, if you've got a quality girl in front of you. But that's something you just have to know, is that beta males tend to intervene and guard. Alpha males tend to disregard. It doesn't mean they allow bad behavior, nor should you, but it means that you don't have to react or react badly to guys flirting with your girl, or in that case. So Chateau Heartiste Maxim number 57, beta males make guard, alpha males disregard. And one of the questions, a continuation, and that's one of the things that I want to make clear. It says, Playboy, help me understand, because this can be confusing. Is it more of a mindset where you should be aloof and indifferent? It's usually best. Yeah, if you truly do have your shit together, and that's what I want to convey, is like, when you date attractive girls that have their shit together, you need to recognize, or you should recognize, that other men are going to flirt with her. Other men are going to hit on her. It's part of the deal. I mean, just because, and one, they don't even know that she's with you necessarily when they start talking to her. But girls of quality tend to, in a tactful manner, ward off suitors, and they know how to do it because they've been doing it their whole life. And they'll tend to do it in a manner that does not bring any disrespect to you. Again, alpha males tend to disregard. Beta males will intervene or physically put themselves in that orbit or intervene in the conversation out of kind of like anxiety or panic. Whereas a guy that's confident in himself and in his relationship and in the girl is able to allow her to take care of herself unless she needs you to step in. And girls will usually go, they'll let you know. But yeah, being aloof and indifferent to it, because again, she's going to get hit on. It's part of the deal. It's part of the game. And you can generally disregard it because it's part of, dating attractive women. Other men are going to hit on her. Your biggest risk should probably be if you are with a girl and no one hits on her, then something's off. You know what I mean? It's like driving a really nice car that no one sees or looks at. But again, just like Brick City says, it transcends from a mindset of reality if you truly have a rotation of women that you're dating. And even if you're exclusive with the girl, you always have kind of a mindset that she's replaceable in time. Whereas guys or beta males who tend to mate guard, like I said, it's either scarcity or you feel like she's easier to replace, or there's another bus coming along every 10 minutes. So you're going to approach the situation a little bit different, and really from a different mindset. One is like, if this girl goes, I'll never be able to replace her. And the second is, this is part of life. This is part of dating attractive women. And if things were to go bad, eventually, at some point, she'll be replaced. It almost falls under that, she's not yours. It's just your turn. And that's where some of that comes from. But Bouncer, I appreciate your question. I hope I answered that to the best of my ability, because it can be confusing and it's subtle differences, but the differences really make up for a large difference in outcomes. Next slide.